Hey Griffins, Mr. M here with your February SEL video, and this month we're going to be talking about the word honor. Okay, honor will be our pillar of the month for February, and when we've talked about honor in the past, we're usually talking about one of these words up on the screen. Things like honesty, fairness, respect, being a helper, being kind, overall just doing the right thing. All of those are fantastic things to be thinking about with honor, and all of those have to do with honoring others. Today, we're going to try to think about how do we honor ourselves? So we're going to try to answer this question. What about honoring yourself? Okay, so the way that we're going to be doing that is trying to think about big feelings. So big feelings is something that we've talked about together throughout the last couple of years, and we know that everybody has big feelings sometimes. We all, as human beings, are going to have big feelings from time to time. Sometimes we have them a lot. Sometimes there are days and days and days where we just keep having those big feelings, and then other times where we don't have them very often, but we're all going to have these big feelings at some point. So big feelings are going to be things like anger, feeling overwhelmed, feeling really, really excited, and that can be a good thing or a bad thing. Feeling really worried, feeling really frustrated. The list could go on and on. There's lots of big feelings. So really what we're talking about when I say big feelings is any feeling that just takes over your whole body and it's hard to do much else other than just feel that big feeling. And again, we're all going to feel those from time to time. So that's the most important message I want everyone to hear today. And that's how we're going to honor ourselves, is by knowing that it is okay to feel those big feelings. Everybody feels those things. We're going to try to figure out how to calm them back down again today. But I want everyone to know that it's okay to feel those feelings. That's just part of being a person. All right. So I like to think of big feelings sometimes kind of like a volcano. So if we take a look at this picture of a volcano here, there's an arrow that goes up to the top of the volcano, and that's where that big feeling is at its biggest. That's like when it's exploding, whether that's an angry feeling, sad feeling, frustrated feeling, worried feeling, anything like that. That's where it's at its peak. It's at the most. And then it comes back down again as well. And the way these feelings work is sometimes it takes a long time to creep up that volcano and finally get to the top. And then it takes a long time to get back down again. And then sometimes it flies way up to the top of the volcano immediately. And then sometimes it can come down the mountain back to calm really, really quickly too. So it's going to happen differently every time in everyone's body. And that's okay. But it can be important to think how sometimes it goes up to the top of the volcano. That's when it's at its biggest. And then it comes back down again as well. So we're going to try to figure out today, how do we bring it back down again? We want to be back down at the bottom of the volcano. That's where we're feeling calm, where we're feeling peace, where we're feeling ready to learn. We're here at school, or we're feeling happy and comfortable when we're out with our friends in the world as well. Okay. So every class is going to be getting this sign in their room, and hopefully it can be really, really useful to you when you have one of those big feelings. So if we read it together, it says, when I need to calm a big feeling, I can, and then we get 6 choices here. Number 1, stop and think. Sometimes it's really important to just stop yourselves. Say the word stop, even if that helps, and think about what you want to do next. The next one says take deep breaths. We know that those big, long, slow, deep breaths in and out can be a really calming thing and really important when one of those big feelings is happening in our bodies. The next one says count to 10. This can be out loud. This can be in your brain. This can be using your fingers and counting on your hand. There's lots of different ways to count, but that can be a way to just slow your body down and focus on something different for a moment. The next one says share your feelings. We know we've talked about that this year, that sharing your feelings, letting other people know how you're feeling can be very important. The next one, asking for help. It's okay to ask for help. We all have big feelings, so everybody in the world has experience with big feelings, and they might have some great ideas for you on how that can get calmed back down. So think about the people in your life that you really trust, and then you can ask them for help if you need it when you're having one of those big feelings. And the last one just says to take a break. Take a minute, be off by yourself for a moment. When you're ready to go and be around people again, you can do that, but sometimes it's okay to just take a moment all by yourself and take a little break. All right, so here's what I'm gonna leave you with today, Griffins. And this is what our conversations are gonna be when I come into your class this month, as we're gonna try to figure out what works best for you. So as I think about the big feelings I've had in my life, I've thought about a little bit what works really well for me, but you might be totally different of what helps you feel calm again. So when we're all together, we're gonna be asking this question: what makes you feel calm after a big feeling? So let's all start thinking about that now, and then be prepared to bring that together and share some ideas when I come into your classrooms this month, and we'll all just try to help each other. We'll recognize that we all feel those big feelings. We know it's okay to feel those big feelings. And we know that feeling calm is our goal when we're here at school and out in the world. So we're gonna help each other to try to figure out how exactly do we get calm if we're having one of those big feelings. So let's all start thinking about it now and be prepared to share some of those ideas when we all come together for a classroom SEL this month. All right, let's have a nice, calm, and peaceful February together, Griffins. Bye-bye.